Hi guys, Dr. Rob Barrington here with some more nutrition advice. I wanted to talk about the problems associated with calorie counting today. I've touched on this subject many times in other videos, but I just wanted to do a very quick video for those people that are thinking of going on a diet for the new year, and they think the best way to lose weight is to cut their calories, to count their calories, reduce their energy intake, and perhaps combine that with aerobic exercise in order to further cause a calorie deficit. I've said many times in my videos that I think calorie counting is pointless. I think that calorie counting diets are detrimental to the health. I think they're counterproductive, and I don't think they lead to improvements in body composition. Now, anecdotally, we all know people that calorie count. They go on low-calorie diets, and when they go on these diets, they initially lose weight. Then the weight loss ceases. They get to a brick wall in their weight loss. They find it very difficult to lose more weight unless they severely restrict their calories further. Now, what's actually happening is when they're losing weight, they're actually losing a lot of muscle as well. And as they lose this muscle, their metabolic rate deteriorates. And this causes problems for their body composition, because their body composition and their health is actually deteriorating with the weight that they're losing. In my opinion, the best way to lose weight is to forget about counting your calories and simply to improve the quality of your diet, eat high quality foods. And if you eat high quality foods, what will happen is your insulin sensitivity will improve, and as insulin resistance, I believe, is what causes weight gain, body fat gain. By improving your insulin sensitivity, you will naturally return to your normal body composition by gradually over time oxidizing more of the fat in your tissues. I've covered this in many videos, and what I really wanted to do today is give a piece of evidence that shows that calorie counting is provably false, and it can be proved very easily through a look in the scientific literature. Now, recently in 2016, there was a paper published in January in the Journal of Nutrition, and they looked at the calories in walnuts. And what they did is they fed healthy subjects an amount of walnuts, and then they measured the fecal matter of the subjects for the energy content. And what they effectively did by doing that was they measured the amount of energy in their diets that was not absorbed. Through this, they calculated the amount of energy in the walnuts that was actually not absorbed by the subjects. And what they found was that although the walnuts should have had an energy content of about 660 calories per 100 grams, and that would be the figure that you would see on the packet. What they actually found is that only 520 grams of the energy in the walnuts was actually absorbed by the subjects. That in itself disproves the calorie counting hypothesis of weight loss, because it's obvious that foods do not contain the calories that are on the packaging, and the estimates that they give for particular foods are not what is actually absorbed by a human being in a real life situation. Other nuts have also been investigated in the same way, and they've also found similar studies looking at different nuts have found the same results, in that a large majority of a large proportion of the energy in nuts is simply not absorbed. So if you go through your diet and you count all the calories in your foods, and you expect to be able to come to some kind of subtotal to be able to reduce that and cause a deficit, you will actually be wildly out from what the actual real figure of your energy intake is, and therefore calorie counting is provably pointless, because unless you have a metabolic laboratory are able to actually measure your energy input and energy output, you're really just guessing, and those guesses could be 5, 10, even 15% out from the actual calories that you're consuming, and therefore you're not really going to be accurately going to be able to estimate the amount of calories that you're eating anyway. That's a piece of science that shows that calorie counting is pointless. But if we look at the whole picture, the big picture, it's very clear that those people that go on weight loss diets, they go on these very low energy diets, they cause themselves more problems than they solve, and they actually cause over the long term, they cause a deterioration in body composition. Those people that are successful in their improving their body composition, those people that increase their muscle mass, those people that decrease body fat are those people that perform a certain amount of resistance training in order to be able to increase muscle, but they also increase the quality of their foods, and that might mean a slightly higher protein diet. It might mean looking at the quality of the carbohydrates that you eat, the elimination of sugar, for example, increasing the plant foods in your diet, a switch to whole grains if you are compatible with grains and that you can consume, absorb and metabolize them well, and looking at other sources of starch such as legumes, which are very high in protein, but also the starch in legumes is very slowly absorbed, and also making sure that all the vitamins and minerals and essential fats that you need are in your diet. Those people that do that improve their diet quality through those means, and the major one is the elimination of sugar and the elimination of refined carbohydrates. Those people that do that are the ones that lose weight, and they don't just lose weight, they lose body fat, and they generally put on a small amount of skeletal muscle as well, which improves their body composition. And then the other thing to say about the people that generally improve their diet quality rather than going on a short-term weight loss calorie counting type diet is that they generally decide to make that change for life. They stick with their healthy diet, and that's the key. You can't expect to improve your body composition and then go back to eating the low quality junk foods that you've eaten in the past, because all that will happen is that your body will return to the state that is dictated by those foods. So if you want to improve your body composition, I would suggest that you don't bother calorie counting. It's provably false from the scientific literature that calorie counting doesn't work. It's provably false that the labels that you read on foods are not accurate. They don't represent the amount of metabolizable energy within those foods, and therefore you can't calorie count anyway. But anecdotally and within the scientific literature, there is a large amount of evidence that says that calorie counting leads to further body composition deterioration. And really, if you want to improve your body composition, you need to think about not only improving the quality of your diet, but you need to think about improving the quality of the diet for the rest of your life. It's something you have to stick with. It's something you have to do in the long term, and therefore it's a good idea to make those adjustments slowly, to bring that high quality diet in, gradually look at different things that you can eliminate, different foods you can bring in, and to just accept that where those changes that you make are changes that you'll have to make for life. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that some people that are deciding perhaps maybe to go on a low-calorie diet will watch this video, and hopefully it will give them some impetus to watch some of the other videos I've done, and also perhaps read my blog at www.robertbarrington.net. There's lots of articles up there on my blog looking at weight loss and the fallacy of calorie counting, so I hope that will be useful to you as well. If you have any comments on this video, as always, please leave them in the comments box below, and I'll try to get back to you, and I will see you next week for another video. Take care.